Okay, guys, let's talk about immigration, specifically immigration in America. So what do you guys think about when you hear the word immigration? Maybe you think about the Honduran caravan, maybe you think of a Mexican crossing the border, maybe you think about Middle Eastern refugees. Whatever mental image you see, you probably have a general understanding that there are people from other parts of the world that are trying to come inside of our country. But the question is, why? Why are people risking their lives, risking the lives of their children, leaving everything behind to come to this country? Well, the answer is more simple than you think. It's in our human essence, survival. Whether their land has been caught in the fire of war, famine, violence, poverty, whichever, immigrants seeking a way out usually want nothing more than what we consider the bare minimum. That is food, shelter, a job, and an education. They want to be able to provide for their families. They want to live without a constant fear of violence. They want their children to be educated, and they want a roof over their head. I personally don't think that's a lot to ask for, and I don't even think that they're asking that of us. I believe truly that they just want an opportunity to build a life here for themselves. So why is immigration brought up as a political issue and not a humanitarian one? Well, as I stated above, immigrants want jobs and education. And I'm sure many of you have heard the phrase, illegal immigrants are taking our jobs, or education is paid by our taxpayers, it's not free. These two phrases dive into a deeper issue underlying immigration. And that is, number one, people are afraid to lose their own resources to a foreigner. And number two, people do not want to provide from their hard-earned money resources for these foreigners. I personally believe that these two arguments are a mask for racism and bigotry, but I'll humor them, okay? Let's look at how immigration affects common Americans, specifically their pockets. According to a report by the National Academies Science and Medicine, the economic and physical consequences of immigration finds that first generation of immigrants are in fact more costly to the government than are the native born. But the second generation, are in fact one of the strongest physical and economic contributors in the United States. This report concluded that immigration has an overall positive impact in the long-run economic growth of the United States. Funny enough, this is the report that Donald Trump referenced when he addressed the Congress in 2017. He stated that immigrants are costing Americans billions of dollars, but unfortunately, I think he missed the last part, and it's kind of important. So yes, immigrants do cost money, and they do take some of our jobs, but the trade-off is huge. Surveying data from 1994 to 2007, an Economic Policy Institute study of whether immigration depresses wages found that immigration raised wages for US-born workers by 0.4%, or $3.68 a week. And while some jobs were indeed taken, the most likely scenario is that more jobs were created. In 2020, a study by Azule et al. Posted that immigrants are 80% more likely to become entrepreneurs and create jobs for people in our country. So there we go. Illegal immigrants are not taking your jobs. If anything, they're creating them. And although education and other resources are costly and they are not free, immigrants end up repaying the costs and even become the strongest physical and economic contributors in the United States. And overall, I think that's a pretty good trade-off for helping someone, but maybe that's just me. Thanks for watching.